From BBC Learning English, this is Learning English from the News, our podcast about the news headlines.
In this programme, 6 tourists die with suspected methanol poisoning in Laos.
Hello, I'm Phil.
And I'm Beth.
In this programme, we look at one big news story and the vocabulary in the headlines that will help you understand it.
You can find all the vocabulary and headlines from this episode, as well as a worksheet, on our website, bbclearningenglish.com.
So, let's hear more about this story.
8 hostel staff members have been detained after 6 tourists died in Laos.
The tourist deaths were thought to have been caused by drinks that had been contaminated with methanol, a type of alcohol that the human body cannot process.
Vang Vieng is a town popular with backpackers, usually young people who travel on a budget, and has a reputation for cheap alcohol and partying.
According to humanitarian organisation Médecins Sans Frontières, that's Doctors Without Borders, Asia has the highest incidence of methanol poisoning, with cases in Indonesia, India, Cambodia, Vietnam and the Philippines.
Methanol is sometimes added to homemade alcohol, but just 30 millilitres can be deadly.
And here's a headline about this story. It's from Business Insider. 6 tourists who died are believed to have drunk tainted alcohol in Laos.
And that headline again from Business Insider. 6 tourists who died are believed to have drunk tainted alcohol in Laos.
This headline is telling us that 6 tourists have died and what the reason is believed to be.
Now, we have this adjective, tainted, so Phil, this must be linked to poisoning in some way.
Yes, it's often used to say that something harmful has been added to something else, making it dangerous. As in this case, it's often used to talk about safety issues around food and drink.
Yes, if something has gone wrong with food manufacturing, a company may have to find tainted products and remove them from sale. Now, in this story, it's thought the drinks bought by the tourists were tainted with methanol, which is poisonous.
In this story, tainted is being used literally, but it's also commonly used metaphorically to talk about a situation, memory or relationship that has been made bad by something.
Yes, so a bad incident might taint your memory of a particular time. Negative feelings like jealousy might taint a relationship.
So, we've had tainted, made dangerous by something harmful.
For example, the company had to recall the tainted meat.
This is Learning English from the News, our podcast about the news headlines. Today, we're talking about the deaths of 6 tourists in Laos, suspected to be caused by drinks containing methanol.
Since the first news of these deaths emerged, tourists in Vang Vieng have reported shock, a feeling of unease and taking more care over what they're drinking.
The next story we're going to look at discusses how people are feeling in Vang Vieng. This is from Al Jazeera. Laos's methanol poisoning deaths send chill through backpacker paradise.
And that headline again from Al Jazeera. Laos's methanol poisoning deaths send chill through backpacker paradise.
So this headline talks about the effect of the deaths on Vang Vieng. And we're looking at this expression, send chill through. It sounds like something from a horror film.
Well, yes, if there's a chill, then it's cold. Think about how that makes you feel. It can make you shiver, and fear can do the same.
That's what this headline is talking about, the dark feeling in the town caused by the deaths.
Yes, we often say that bad news or a scary situation sends chills through people, and we can also say that something gives you chills or the chills. For example, the news of the accident sent a chill through the crowd, or the dark, empty street gave him chills.
So we've had send chill through, that's make worried or afraid.
For example, seeing the destruction caused by the earthquake sent a chill through the rescue team. This is Learning English from the News from BBC Learning English. We're talking about the deaths of 6 tourists in Laos suspected to be caused by drinks containing methanol.
Vang Vieng has gained a reputation as a party town.
Many young backpackers stay in the town, and there are a number of tourism businesses there, many offering cheap alcohol.
In 2012, a number of bars were closed after a large number of tourist deaths were recorded locally.
And our next story is about this reputation. I have a headline here from The Telegraph: how an idyllic Laos village turned into a hedonistic party hotspot.
And that headline again, how an idyllic Laos village turned into a hedonistic party hotspot. And that's from The Telegraph in the UK.
So, Vang Vieng is described both as an idyllic village because of its beautiful natural setting, but also a party hotspot. We also have the adjective hedonistic, which we're going to look at now.
Hedonistic is all about pleasure. Literally, a hedonistic lifestyle is one where your own pleasure is the most important thing.
And we tend to use it to talk about doing too much of things, especially uncontrolled partying, drinking, drug taking. For example, some celebrities have been famous for their hedonistic lifestyles.
And in this headline, hedonistic is describing Vang Vieng and how it has become known for partying, alcohol and drug use.
We've had hedonistic, related to uncontrolled partying.
So, for example, the rock band became known for their hedonistic parties.
That's it for this episode of Learning English from the News. We'll be back next week with another news story.
If you've enjoyed this programme, remember you can find loads more programmes about all different topics on our website, bbclearningenglish.com.
And don't forget to follow us on social media. Just search for BBC Learning English. Bye for now.
Goodbye.